Okay, so that is just Puppet installation. And Puppet enterprise components, we have seen Puppet agent. Puppet agent is like most easily installed using a package manager, and on platforms Windows that do not support remote package repos, use the installer script, and component should be installed on every node in your deployment. Suppose if you want to make your machine as a Puppet agent machine, it should be Puppet agent should be installed on your machine. When you install the Puppet master, Puppet DB or console component, the Puppet agent component will be installed automatically on the machines assigned to those components. Nodes with the Puppet agent component can run the Puppet agent daemon, which receives and applies configuration from the Puppet masters. There should be daemon process has to be run in the agent. Listen for orchestration messages and invoke orchestration actions. So for orchestration purpose, like so what needs to be done, when to apply, what are the catalogs getting from the master. So you have to do some orchestration stuff uh, from the master. Send data to the master for use by Puppet DB. So you just exchange the data using the Puppet DB here. So monitor and analyze infrastructure state events enable you to drill into the specific class, node, and then resource events, so you can find out what caused them to fail and change, skip, or run as no op. So events means in your dashboard, in your Puppet dashboard, so you can see the events. What because of the what reason your server failed, because of the what reason your deployment failed, because of the what reason your server is inactive, because of the what reason your server is shut down. So you will get all this information in the Puppet dashboard. So by seeing the Puppet dashboard, you will find the 100% of your server status. Okay, that is the one of the uh, you know uh, advantage of the Puppet. So by seeing the dashboard, you can easily say that where my server is, where my deployment is, whether it particular server it is happened on particular server or not, whether particular server is it's it is active, or it is inactive, or it is that is up and running or shut down, or so particular package is installed or not installed. You can get all those details using the dashboard. And report also, it will provides reports on any node activities, so you can audit your system and perform root cause analysis over time. Suppose something deployment is failure, so you can easily find out where that deployment is failure, what is the root cause of that deployment failure. You can get all those details using the your reports. So Puppet modules and manifests, and summary, Puppet uses its own domain specific language. It doesn't follow any other language. As we discussed, it's only specific language, that is a domain specific language, DSL. So to describe the machine configuration, because if you see in the present market, so you never find any tool that talks about the machine configuration. Okay, so machine configuration is required to understand your domain specification. Code in this language is saved in files that is called manifest. So as we discussed earlier, so each and every file here, it is a manifest. So you are writing something means it is a manifest file. Manifest file means, so it is manifest file means it is resources. So resources and it's a relationship. So as we discussed earlier, so you are talking about the Puppet language or chef language means, chef means, so you have to talk about the resources and its relationship. So again, manifest contains what? Manifest contains resources and its relationship. And then the Puppet language, Puppet configurations are written in the Puppet language, a domain specific language built to declarative model resources. Declarative means it is only declarative, it is not a procedural. Declarative means what is what. You just say what is what. You just say, uh, just Java install or Jenkins install. Just you have to just say install. That's it. Everything and anything is take care by your Puppet language. It doesn't so we don't care about how it is done and how it is done, what is the technical challenges involved in the backend. So you have to declare only what is what do you want to install, and what is the server, and then you have to give that details only. Rest of the things, everything will take care by the Puppet. Okay, and then manifests. We'll see the manifest. What is the manifest? Manifests are files containing the Puppet code. So as we discussed earlier, the manifest is the Puppet code. It has the Puppet code. That code contains what? Again, resources and its relationship. So code means we are talking about the manifests, and code means Puppet code means its resources and its relationship. They are standard text files saved with the pp extension. Any file, if you are saving that with pp extension, that becomes a manifest. That becomes a Puppet file, like .pp extensions. Whatever, if it is something extends with the .pp, then you can call it as a Puppet file. Okay, most manifests should be arranged into modules. So most of the time, because it's not a single file. So if you take any project, it involves a lot of files. It's more than something, sometimes 100 files, more than 1,000 files also there. Each and every in 1,000 files, so we'll give some 10, 100 files, some specific purpose. 100 files are some specific purpose. 100 files are, only only user interface. We'll write a code for user interface. 100 files are, for business enterprise purpose. So we will categorize all these files, all these 1,000 files into the different various modules. Okay, so its modularization is also one of the best advantage of the Puppet language. So if you make it as a modular language, you can use these modules. You can reuse this model wherever and whenever you want. Okay, once you create a module, so you can reuse those models and wherever and whenever you want. That is one of the advantage of the Puppet language. Okay, Puppet models and manifest. You'll see the models again. So models are convention for arranging Puppet manifest so that they can be automatically located and loaded by the Puppet master. So because of some specific purpose, we'll create a model, and these models, whenever Puppet is loaded into your machine, Puppet master, whenever it is loaded, so automatically these models will load to your machine. Okay, they can also contain plugins and static files, and nodes to download, and templates. So it contains static files, and then uh, for nodes to download, and then templates. And models can contain many Puppet classes. So each and every models can contain many Puppet classes. Generally, the class in a given model are all somewhat related. Okay, are somewhat related. You can say that all whatever the classes you have written, so these are all somehow related. So you, hello, guys, any questions? Any questions, guys, till now?
Um, Varun,
Yeah, tell me please.
I have a bit still, bit confusion on the factor.
Yeah, factor. That's what I'll show you the sample. Just hold on a minute.
Okay.
See, suppose what is it? It's not this one. Hmm. Yeah, this is the factor similar to this is a factor example. So factor means, suppose I am a master, and then your machine, I am working as a master and your machine is working as an agent. I gave something, Naresh, install Java on your machine. So what is your first step? First step is like, you try to understand, what is the OS, operating system, on your machine. So uh, what is operating system on your machines, what is the configuration of your machines, so that you can you can use the uh, specific commands that suits for your operating system. Suppose if I say, if I give something installable only on CentOS or Red Hat, so you cannot install those files in your Windows machine. So that is why, first of all, if I ask something, if somebody is asking you to install some software, so first of all you try to see what is the operating system on your machine. Then only you can then only you can download or install based on that. Suppose if I say, my machine is Windows, then I'll go for a zip file and then unzip it and then try to install it. So suppose if I say, my machine is Linux machine, so then I'll go for the tarball and then I'll unzip it and then and then again I'll install it. So installation mechanism also again a different, it varies from Windows to Linux, as you know. So that is why we need some factor so that it can understand your machine configuration and then OS information. If you see sample factor file is there, so it has a IP address, that is some IP address is there, whether it is virtual machine or not, it will give the information. Where in the kernel, so what is the operating system, and then like kernel is a Linux, and then kernel version also it will give that 2.6 like 2.6 like something like that. And operating system is CentOS, and then operating system release, what is the version of your operating system release is 5.5. Physical processor count and 0, and processors, which one, Intel core Duo CPU. So and processor count is 1, and product name is VMware Virtual Platform. So if you capture all these details, though, so you can easily install your software, and whenever you require. Suppose if you don't have this information, so you cannot, so without knowing operating system, so if I say, install, Naresh, install something, uh, Maven on your machine, so you cannot install, so you cannot able to install, because uh, maybe your catalogs contains maybe Windows commands, and you might have a Linux machine on your desktop. So it may not work like this. So that is why try to understand what is there in your hard, what is there in your desktop. So what is basically what is your machine configuration, what is the operating system, what is the IP address, and then what is the processors, and then what is the version of your operating system, and whether it is virtual machine or not. So it will get complete information of your, it's like giving facts of your desktop, giving facts of your client machine. So once you get the facts, and then based on your facts, then master will push the catalog, and then agent will apply those catalog in that same machine, and it will change their status. Getting now?
So yeah, yeah, yeah. So what you're
Yeah,
trying to say is, um, so Puppet. So using Factor, you can execute some commands on system, on Linux system or Windows system or
correct.
Solaris system,
Hmm.
and this tool do the collect the information about the system.
Yes, yes, collect the information about the system, because uh, 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 so if I give my machine to you, and then uh, suppose if you ask, install something Java on your machine, first of all I will see what is the operating system, and I'll ask some basic questions. What is operating system? So if it is your own machine, so you won't care that much, right? So you just, because, so keep on you are using it, you just blindly you will install the software. But if you get someone machine, so you'll see the what is the configuration, what is the memory, whether that memory is occupied or not, memory is, free memory is there or not. So what is the RAM, so that RAM can accommodate your software or not. So you'll get all those information, and that particular operating system, what is there, that is compatible with your software or not. So you will check all those details, right? So before installing any software.
So that means the Factor executes some command on the system, get the facts, and then creates this fact details into a file or something.
No, yeah, yeah, that's correct. Factory itself, it is a tool. Sorry. Yeah, that's true. Factory itself, it is a tool. It will get and collect all the information for your from your system. So earlier there is a side scope. Anybody heard about side scope?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So what is a side scope?
So it's somewhat like a monitoring system. I mean, uh, same like a Nagios,
Mm-hmm.
but it is more of a agent-based monitoring software, and Sitescope is I think agentless monitoring software.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean,
so
Nagios is an agent-based monitoring software, and Sitescope is a agentless monitoring software.
yeah. So it's a monitoring means it will try to give the complete details of your computer server or array or machine.
Varun, I have a doubt here.
Yeah, tell me.
So every node that we are going to work with the Puppet, are we
Mhm.
going to write this factor file on every node?
No, no, you need not write a factor file. So factor file is it's no, there is a factor tool is there. So this is one time activity, right? So once you get the details, then you'll keep it. That's it.
Correct.
It
Correct.
is.
That for one machine it's correct. If I have 10 machines, so
Mhm.
what will I? So it is automatically generated this particular factor.
Yeah, it is a customizable one, but it is automatically generated. It's a factor itself. It is a tool. It will capture all the information from your machine or client machines.
Okay, okay, Varun.
Itself, it is a
Thanks.
tool, and then it will capture all the details from your client. There is a Ohio in Chef, so we use Ohio in Chef that will give the complete information like what is your desktop, what is your operating system, and such details you will get from the Ohio. So in Chef, but whereas in Puppet, so we use a factor, and then a factor will give the complete details of your machine or your client machine. Yeah, so we are discussing about the model, and model is a directory and with a specific internal layout, and it is self-contained packages that describe an aspect of system. So any particular like collection of again that model is collection of your PPs only, collection of your manifests, collection of manifests. You can say it as a module, but it contains other templates and then plugins and then uh, facts and then files and then examples, and it contains so some other files like files, some other templates files and factors and rest of the things. So you can say it's a collection of manifest. It is a module. So this module can be a reusable module, okay, which is located in one of the Puppet Masters module directory. We can give a new module path in a Puppet conf. So we'll see that Puppet conf now. So just give us a minute. And visibility, Puppet provides rich data sets not only of infrastructure configuration, but also of any changes to the infrastructure. Whether under direct control of Puppet or not, we have much more visibility into the changes occurring in your infrastructure over time and their implement service time. Impact to the service levels. So using the dashboard, you can see what is happening in our entire infrastructure. Something package is installed or not, something server is down or not, something server is inactive or not. So you can capture all those details. You can get all those details from the dashboard. Some things that Puppet can do: wipe and reinstall two servers in a 40 minutes. that would have taken close to full day of work without a Puppet. So without Puppet, suppose if you got a new server, fresh server, you want to install some softwares, or you want to make it as a build server, if you want to make it as a Jenkins server. So definitely it take a days of work in case of there is no Puppet. You see, if it is a Puppet is available, then it is not. It is minutes of work. It's not. It will not take even one day. You can say it's less than half an hour. Also, you can do it. So if you are able to write a good code, then so within 30 minutes you can install all the softwares. Set up a 3 new database servers in 52 minutes completely from scratch. That would have taken well over a day without a Puppet. So without a Puppet, so if you want to set up 3 new databases, it will take a so it will take complete one day. So whereas a Puppet, it will take 52 minutes. Less than that, you can say it's, less than 52 minutes it will take, and then so you will see a lot of benefits using Puppet. So you can automate entire your infrastructure. You can install software as and when required and whenever you want. You can do all those stuffs without writing much complex code. Easy with easy code, then you can manage all these things. So we will see Puppet conf file. So Puppet conf file contains log directory and then variable directory and then SSL directory and the run directory and then fact path and then template directory and then server and then downcase facts is a true. Suppose if you are getting any facts from other places, and then downcase facts are true. Here log directories means where do you want to store your logs. See, log directories means where in the log Puppet. So it will all the log files will store in this path. So where directories where lib Puppet. So all where related stuff will be stored in here. Lib kind of related stuff stored here. SSL directory means certificates. Where do you want to store your certificate? So you have to give the path here where lib and Puppet SSL. So if somebody asks you where certificates are loaded, your Puppet certificates, Puppet underscore Puppet slash SSL. So where you will see all the certificates in Puppet slash SSL. Your SSLs are stored in certificates are stored in SSL directory. And run directory, where do you want to run Puppet command. So if you say Puppet command, so it has to recognize it, so that command you will write run directory. There is a run directory, and then you give the path where and then run and Puppet. So then it can easily identify your Puppet command. And the fact path, so where your fact files are there. So how do you get the fact files? So you will give the fact path, so that is where directory and then lib and then factor. So under factor, so you will get lot of the files, and it depends on the files, whatever it depends on the number of systems. So each and every system has some factors. So we'll collect all the facts in the lib folder. So against template directory, suppose if you want to uh, uh, change any content dynamically, you want to change content, dynamic content. Suppose if you want to before staging deployment, before pre-production deployment, before production deployment, before QA deployment, you have to change some configuration settings, right? You have to dynamically you have to pass some values. So in that case, you will use a templates. Templates will help you to insert them dynamic content. And server, so what is your server host name? So that also you can mention in puppet.conf. Okay, puppet.conf is main file. It's one of the, you can say, central file in the Puppet master. So it contains all the directories path. So if you see here, log directory path is there, and where directory path is there, and your certificates path like SSL directory path is there, and run directory path is there. Where do you want to run your Puppet commands? You can find a path here, and then fact path, where you can find your factors. So that path also available here, and then template directory. So if you want to insert any dynamic content, so you will go for a template directory. So that path also it is available here. And then server, what is your server, you have to give it, and then say close it. So again, a Puppet configuration, and Puppet conf is general Puppet master settings. So Puppet conf we have seen, that is a general Puppet master settings, and authconf authorization like conf file, and this is a general ACL. This is access control list. So suppose if you want to manage any authorization stuff, then you will give it in a authconf authorization conf, and file server conf ACL for the Puppet file server. Puppet file server means we in Git we have already seen .git folder, right? So it's the same way we will see the .puppet folder when you install it. So whom do you give access and all? So we'll give maintaining this archive file. So file server.conf and manifest directory. It's like manifest directory contains site.pp and then global defaults configuration and nodes.pp manage hosts. Suppose if you want to manage some host, so you will write in the nodes.pp. That means suppose I want to install or I want to apply some patch all thousands machines. So you will give all nodes details in nodes.pp, all the servers details in the nodes.pp. That is the advantage of the nodes. So you'll see in detail of Puppet configuration file. Puppet's main configuration file. You can say it's a Puppet conf is Puppet main configuration file. Auth means access control rules for the Puppet master's network services. Complete access control access control rules are available in auth.conf and auto sign conf, a list of pre-approved certificate requests. CA masters only. So pre-approved certificate requests. Suppose if you have any requests that are approved requests are there, that is you can see under autosign.conf and csr underscore attributes.aml and optional data to be inserted into the new certificate requests. So optional data, something if you mention any optional data that should be inserted into the new certificate request, then you will go for a csr underscore attributes.aml file. So device conf is configuration for network devices managed by the uh, Puppet device command. So using the Puppet device command, and then all the details are available. Network devices details are available in the device conf. Okay, and then if you see uh, file server conf, already as we discussed, file server conf additional. Suppose any mount points are there, configuration for additional mount points are there. Each and everything that related to the file server conf, you will get all those details in the file server conf file. Okay guys, and then hera.yaml, this file configuration for the hera data lookup system and master only. So where you might have heard JSON file. Anybody heard about JSON file? JSON file, YAML file is like a JSON file. It's similar. It's a key value pair. So where you can put all the user data information. Suppose if you want to communicate any other user data information, you will keep all the user data information in the YAML file. So runtime you can get the YAML file information and create whatever you want. So based on your based on your requirement. And routes.yaml advanced configuration of indirect behavior. So it is routes.yaml is advanced configuration. So we'll discuss it later and then right now we cannot understand that one. Okay, so I'll explain you later. Yes, we'll see a simple manifest file. So if you want to install NTP package, that network time protocol, so using Puppet, so you have to write this package and this NTP and then colon ensure, sorry, it's not ensure install, then close it. So if you want to check the services, service NTP ensure it is running. Okay, so this is a sample file. Before that, I'll show you how to write a simple, how to create a file using the Puppet. Okay, create file using the Puppet manifest. Create a file. Suppose if you want to create any file, so you have to say file, okay, and open parenthesis and single colon, and then you have to give the file name. Like I want to create something text file, text.txt, okay, and then colon, and then I'll write here content, okay, right, you can give single quotes also. This is the test file, right now I am attending Devops class, okay, and then close it. See how it is simple. So if you want to open write any file, create a new file, open it, and then open parenthesis and test file whatever, and colon, and then give the attribute name, and then its action or value, and then close it. So suppose if you want to install NTP, so it is a network time protocol. So package and then single quotes NTP and then double colon and then ensure it is installed and then close it. And then if you want to check the services and single colon NTP and then colon and then ensure it is a running. See how it is, how it is simple. So very simple, you can say it. So suppose if you want to write this kind of code, you want to install NTP package, you can only 3 lines, you can using the 3 lines you can install your package. So using these services, so what we are going to declaration is, your language is what is it, resource type and then title colon attribute then value and then close it. This is your declaration. Resource type, and then this is a resource type is a file here, and then its title is test.txt, and then attribute content is attribute, and then it's a value, okay. Resource is package here, resource type is a package here, and then title is NTP is here, and then attribute is ensure is attribute, and its value is installed. So here resource type is service here, and then it is title is NTB here, and then attribute is ensure, and then value is running. So you have to remember this is generic syntax. Syntax is what? Resource type and open the parenthesis and single colon, single apostrophe, single colon title, and then close it, single quote, and then colon, and then attribute and its value. I can close the parenthesis. So resource type and open the parenthesis and the single quote title, and then close the single quote, and then so give it a colon and then attribute and then it's a value. Okay, so then close the parenthesis. So it is a simple simple syntax. You can say it is a very simple. You can, using this simple syntax, you can install n number of softwares and whatever you want.
Varun, is there a comma after the attribute? I think last time you told us.
Which one?
The attribute should end with a comma, no?
Yeah, it's a,
Last time.
yeah, yeah. It's it's because of whether you are using some other commands here, you need not to give a comma. So it is last, then you have to give the comma, something like that. Okay. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, we'll go into deeper. That's not a problem. Okay. So just remember, right now it is a resource type, and then its title, and then attribute, and it's a value, and then close the parenthesis. And then resource type, I'll tell you some of the resource type. Yeah, these are the resource type. Resource type that are available. Exec, and that means execute. Execute is one resource type, and then file is one resource type, as we have seen right now, and then package is one resource type, and fourth, and then service is also one resource type, and then fifth is notify, also one resource type. Okay, file, package, service, and notify, everything is covered. And these are some of the types, and there's so many, sorry, so many types are available, like network is a type, uh, and then what is a path is also type. So you can use a number of types are available. Okay, this is some of the sample types. And then execution is a type, a resource type, and then file is a resource type, and then package is a resource type, and then service is a resource type, and notify is a resource type. So what is our syntax? Resource type, and then open the parenthesis and single quote and title, and then close the single quote, and then colon, and then attribute and its value, and then close the parenthesis, which is the syntax. So everything, each and everything falls under this only. So there is no such kind of objects, and then of course we have some variables, but it's all are less importance. So only we have to talk about only the resources, and its relationship is known as a manifest is a collection of your resources and its relationship. Okay, so manifest is basically, it is a collection of your resources and its relationship is known as a manifest. So these resources have some various types, that is known as a execute, and like exec, and then file, and then package, and then service, and then notify. These are the some of the one, and there are so many resource types are available. Path, network, as we discussed, each and everything is a resource here. When you talk about anything, is a resource here. So without resource there is nothing is in manifest. So each and everything, you are representing something in your manifest fragments, so you are writing some resources. So manifest file means it is the resources and its relationships. Okay guys, and then tomorrow we'll see the meta parameters, and then what else? Yeah, we'll see the class, how we can write a class, and then we have seen different conditional statements. and we'll see the class, and we'll see the template, and factory we already seen, and we will create a module. Okay, we will create a module, and then so we will use the module, and we will see the some of the module commands, and we'll go for a Puppet era. Okay, if we get time, otherwise day after tomorrow we'll go to the Puppet era. All right, so let me know if you have any questions. Okay, otherwise we will wind up. Any questions?
Nothing from my side.
Okay, yeah. So if you still if you have any questions, please send to me an email. Or, okay. So otherwise we will discuss, and then tomorrow also you can bring your questions. Okay. Okay, guys, you have to take away something. So you understand, right? So you have to understand, and you know. So if you don't understand, at least you have to get some bits and pieces information, so that you know next class you can understand. Okay.
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 Right, Bhagavan.
Yeah, so because it's a new technology, so of course I know it will take some time, but at least get take away something bits and pieces, then we can you know collect the bits and pieces as a information tomorrow, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, going forward. Okay, guys. Yeah, thank.